That's Kairi. Is that fucking Garuda? That's Hokuto. If this is actually an April Fool's joke, I will hunt everybody down at Arika. This isn't a joke. Do you think I'm fucking... So, for those of you that don't know, Arika was a studio in Japan that was formed by ex-Capcom employees, and they worked on a series called Street Fighter EX. Now, what was interesting about EX was that it was one of the first forays that Street Fighter took into the 3D realm. Now, while it may not be the best of the Street Fighters by a long shot, it was still super fun to play. The mechanics were a little bit different in terms of 3D navigation, more so like a Tekken style. And yeah, the combos were broken, the movement and the animation was janky, but it was such a huge part of me growing up that I couldn't stop playing the EX titles. And as a matter of fact, there were a couple of summers that me and my buddy wasted just playing EX3 non-stop. But Arika hasn't really played ball with Capcom in terms of the EX characters. Arika doesn't own any of the rights in terms of the Street Fighter characters, however they do own the EX characters, which is why we haven't really seen a property from them within the last 15 some odd years. And then they dropped this trailer for EX4 or Fighting Layers 2, whatever the hell you want to call it, and then there's tags of April Fools on it. Are you fucking kidding me? This is entirely too elaborate to be an April Fool's joke. I'm gonna play the footage after we record these clips. This game looks like a solid alpha, maybe even a solid beta. There's no way they pumped in all of this shit and made it look super authentic just for an April Fool's joke. I mean, if that's the case, bravo, you guys are sick. You're sick in the head, something's wrong with you. But it seems like they may have spent resources on making this. And as we speak, on Arika's YouTube channel, they're live streaming it. There are people over there like Kazunoko that are playing this game live. And I'll include the link below if you guys want to actually take a look and see how the game plays, besides the introductory footage that's on this video. It just seems too much to be a joke. And I mean, look at what Microsoft ended up doing with the Killer Instinct reboot. Even if Arika can't afford to make this a fully fledged title, you could always use the system that Killer Instinct used, to where you have a base model of the game with the 3 playable characters in the trailer, Hokuto, Garuda, and Kairi. Garuda and Kairi I already talked about being in Street Fighter V as hopeful characters in my other videos. If you want proof, I'll go ahead and throw in the clip of my Akuma breakdown where I hinted at some of the characters that I wanted in Street Fighter V. I'll throw that in there. Future DLC.
Who do you want to see, however? I, personally, would like to see some EX characters up in this bitch, but it's probably not going to happen, mainly because the company that owns the rights to the EX characters, I don't think they'd ever play ball and give them back to Capcom, which is a shame, because seeing characters like Garuda and Volcano Rosso would be fucking awesome.
See? Told you. I'm getting excited, but this isn't concrete at this point, and it kind of makes me nervous. So, at this point, we have something solid to watch, but is it also going to be something that's fully fleshed out? It could be a possibility that the funding is not there. It could be a possibility that the staffing isn't there, resources aren't there. Who knows? But this needs to happen. This looks way too good. I would personally pick this up day one. I love EX. I don't care how campy people thought it was. It was such a fun series to me. And of course, I already got the one character that I wanted the most, which was Garuda. And he looks fucking sick. Look at his in-game footage. He looks just fucking awesome. So, if we can actually get the EX characters that we want out of this brand new title, if this actually comes to fruition, this could be a really fun and a really solid fighting game. Now, I don't really see it being 100% competitive. This is definitely not going to be an esports title, but at the same time, EX had a very niche and a very cut-off market. There was a very small group of people that really, really enjoyed it, and I can see why that would be an economic barrier in terms of marketing this product and, of course, westernizing it. But I would absolutely love to see this thing fleshed out and in our hands. This would be incredible. It'd be so much fun. Plus, it gives a lot of new players who never got the chance to play EX in the past another go-around to see exactly what this would be like. Now, we can go ahead and say, put the Street Fighter characters on the back burner. I don't think Capcom's involved with this project at all. And it'd be kind of a waste if we added Street Fighter characters to this EX exclusive title, Fighting Layers, again, whatever you want to call it. You already have Street Fighter V on the circuit. People are playing it. They're probably not going to stop for quite some time. Why not take this opportunity to use the whole Arika roster in terms of really fleshing out some of these other characters? And speaking of, if this thing actually does end up being created, why not talk about the other characters we want in there? I already got Garuda, I already got Kairi. Hokuto, never really cared about, but I kind of respected her from the lore standpoint. Some of the EX characters actually had pretty decent storylines, especially Hokuto's connection with Kairi. It ends up being pretty decent. But how about we start throwing around some other names and seeing what you guys think? Of course, if you personally have played EX in the past or any of those titles and you have a favorite character, tell me about them in the comments below. But these are going to be my personal picks if this game actually comes to life. Number one, I have to include my boy, Volcano Rosso. Strangest character design I've ever seen. Don't care. His playstyle was so much goddamn fun in EX3. And for a long time, I played as him almost non-stop whenever my buddies were over. We would just, shoot the shit and go through arcade ladders. But he was definitely fun to play, and I would love to see what a updated reincarnation or version of him would look like in this title. Number two, I personally don't care too much about him, but it seems like this is the character that everybody wants. Skullomania. I really do think it's funny that this is just some sort of everyday Japanese businessman who believes he could be so much more as a superhero. And I'm not gonna lie, his moveset was really fun. He was quirky enough to be his own little character, and I'd rather have him than Shadow Geist. I don't really think Geist was that great of a character. But a lot of people did like Skullomania just for how eccentric and crazy he was. and I would definitely like to see what they could do with him for a modern title. That'd be kind of funny. Number 3, Crackerjack. I think that overall, his playstyle was pretty bland, but his super combos and his meteor combos were just absolutely ridiculous. It was so funny to watch, and he's a big, tough bouncer dude with a baseball bat. Pretty sure you could come up with some fun ways to play him. I think it'd be cool to see him. Number 4 would be Nanase. I really liked the fact that they added characters that had weapons. And I'm not talking about somebody like Arika. She was kind of lame. Nanase had that whole power pole element to her, and her moveset incorporated this pole that extended at any point. So the fact that they kind of revolved her character design around something that she used to protect herself was kind of cool, rather than your traditional fighters that have, you know, fight with their fists and feet and stuff like that. I just think that it'd be really, really cool to see what they could do with her as well. And coming in 5th, I would have to add in Blair. No other reason except waifu material. Who cares? She thick though. She looks nice. Again, this is all just speculation at this point. Who knows if this thing's ever going to be made, but based off of this initial reveal trailer and the fact that, as we speak, the live stream of this playable alpha, you could call it, is being toyed around with in Japan right now, kind of gives me hope. I'll be really upset if this ends up truly being an April Fool's joke, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, just a quick little update video, and I felt like I really had to get on this big time, just because of my personal connection that I've had with the EX series in the past. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.